Oh, Lord. Tat is still coming to the woods. We do not need Tat in these woods. Everyone look out for Tat. He got the devil in his heart. Tat, you need to go find Jesus. You need to go find Jesus, what you need to do, Tat. Come on, goats. Oh, I don't think. Now, if you all can remember, there was a time when Tat and his siblings were just babies, and they did walk to the river with me one time. They actually ran to the river. They ran down these hills because they're so top heavy they could not stop running. They started walking, ended up being top heavy, and had to run to keep up with their top of their bodies. And then at some point they were hauling butt down to the river. Yes, they were running full speed, and it was the cutest thing. Of course, at that point they were just babies. Come on, Danny. Come on, Ruby. So by now you guys know that our sweet Starla and Finn are over at I'm a Survivor. And they're doing great. Been a couple of days over there now. And they're doing wonderful. And so these are our 8 goats here at Longhorn Lester's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they're all led by Lenny. He wears the bell. And he has been a really good leader. Lenny's been a really good leader. He's a whole lot more cautious, but rightfully so. That just shows you a great leader. Talking about good leaders, I have been a little bit torn on how I feel right now with American politics. Reason I say that is because I know that there's a lot going on with Israel, who is and should be our #1 ally. And Israel was attacked by Hamas over a week ago. And since then, the Israeli army has had to reclaim the territory that Hamas attacked and are now preparing for a ground assault into Gaza. You already know all of this. But the problem is our administration says, hey, we support you on eradicating Hamas, the terror organization. But what we do not support is that you try to reoccupy Gaza. And so Israel is faced now with just an undaunting humanitarian mission in taking care of all of the Palestinians who are trying to, well, get some kind of normalcy back to their life. They also have to find a way to get into the tunnels and the caves and free the hostages that Hamas is holding, hopefully without losing life, but you already know life is going to be lost. And then once they rid Gaza, and they will rid Gaza of any of any Hamas holdouts. If you don't occupy it, all you're going to have, I'm afraid, is once things return back to normal, you're going to have the reemergence of that terror group, or if not them, another one. Girls, you came the wrong way. You cannot come down there. If you want to go to the river, you have to come down the right trail. So I'm not here to talk politics because, we're never going to see eye to eye on everything. That's obvious. And I'm not going to judge you based on your thoughts or your opinions. I'm not. I understand that there are some things in life that we're never going to agree with or agree on. Opinions are always welcome, but I just don't know how they're going to get out of this one. It's a lose-lose, y'all. It's a lose-lose. There's not a win-win. It's a lose-lose. The humanitarian side is a huge loss because there's millions of people who've been displaced. And if you do go in to Gaza, and they're going to, I bet you they're going to. They haven't yet, but they're going to. And then you're going to lose life. You're going to lose Israelis. You're going to lose civilians. You're going to lose hostages. You are. So the humanitarian mission, those people's lives will never be the same. All of the families who've been displaced will never be the same. On the Israeli side as well, you have families who will never be the same because kids, moms and dads and brothers and sisters, you have all these reserve soldiers who've been called up. Guys, life is going to change for a lot of people. And then, if you go in and you complete your mission and you rid the world of the terror organization, if you do not occupy that land, all you're going to have is another organization pop up. I want to talk about this particular formation in the water right here. All of the rock, my friends, that is shale, S-H-A-L-E. It's a very lightweight rock that you don't find around here. It's not as light as like lava rock, but it's very lightweight. And you don't find it around here. And so what's happened is, in all of our Civil War research, we've discovered that the Confederacy in this area actually employed the different Native American groups and enlisted those men to help them work along the river, the Trinity River. And what they did were sent barges full of shale rock down the river, and they set up blockades or fortifications. Not really, those are not the right word choices, but barriers. They set up barriers here and there so that the Union Navy could not use this river. Now, of course, the Southern soldiers, they knew the route. They knew exactly what they were doing. They knew the placement of their barriers. And so their goal was to do this all along the river and make it to where the Union ships would have a very difficult time navigating, and you could not have any kind of a water assault by the Union. Genius idea. And so when I come across spots like this right over here, just to know that at some point this was a mark on a map where Native Americans who were enlisted as Confederate soldiers actually unloaded barges full of shale across this river, making it impassable by Union. Oh Lord, look who finally made it down. By Union navies. So much history here, friends. So much history. And I read about that thanks to one of you. Very kind people have sent me so much information on things that you've discovered either through books, libraries, or the internet. Things that I would have never found on my own. And so I'm so blessed for that. Even more fascinated with all of Longhorn Lester's. And when I was talking earlier about me having to go by and find a way to redo my entire pasture, there was a time when I was like saying, you know what? Longhorn Lester's may not be the place for me. It may not be the place for me because of all of these guys. But finding out how resourceful these Longhorns have become and staying nice and healthy lets me know that if I have to redo an entire pasture, that's going to take 6 months before I can get any grass to grow. I think it's okay. I think we're okay. because we still have these woods where they can come every day and fill their bellies and maintain living their best lives. Is it ideal? No. What I'd rather do is make it where Santoro can have his friends, his lady friends, Waylon can have his lady friends, and Tex can have his. But we already know that that's going to be a year in the making, at least. And then, now that we realize our pastures have the wrong pH, they're too acidic, we're going to have to do a whole lot of work in getting them up to where they can sustain grass, the right kind of grass. I'm going to accept that challenge. And hopefully, I won't say a year from now, because that'll be wintertime or fall, but I would say in a year and a half, when the spring comes, if we can keep everything going until then, we're going to be in a really good place here. A really good place. The only sad thing, we are going to have to look around and try to find a piece of property for hay. You guys already know that. We need about a 20-acre pasture where we can get our hay. Because that Plum Grove property, now that Joanne's doing all the surveying and having it all divided up amongst all the kids, is not going to be there forever. And we cannot take a chance on not having a winter hay crop. Friends, thank y'all for watching. I know I've kept you a long time. I'm going to hang out here for a bit with the calves and the heifers, the yearlings, and the cows, and this kitty. And then we will make sure we catch you guys on tomorrow's video. Hi, Gracie. Hi, sweetie. Are you coming to love Daddy? Look how fat you are, baby. You're so healthy. I love you. Such a beautiful girl. Such a beautiful girl. Wow. Just wow.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.